3, 2, 1. Hello, my friends, my little YouTube friends. Welcome back to my channel. Today I asked you guys on Instagram to hit me with your assumptions. I've done this video before. It got a lot of traction. All of you guys loved it so much. So I decided to do another one today just for fun. And some of you guys came at me with, you know, an uppercut, but it's okay. I'm here to answer your questions, and I know I'm a private person, but I will answer them to the best of my abilities. Without further ado, drum roll please, let's get started on some of you guys throwing heavy shade at me. A lot of you guys were actually really nice, but I'm gonna pick some of the vicious ones. Celebrities don't book you anymore because you've been out the game for so long. I was out the game because I was extremely ill and sick, and I could not physically move nor carry my kid nor fly around the world to work with my clients, my celebrity clients, and I do still book clients here and there when I'm feeling up to par. I just think it's very unfair if you're not 100% there to deliver for you to do a poor job, especially when you are being chosen to glam up some of the best faces. And if I am not going to be 100%, I don't want to do it. I'm like that with everything in my life. Next question. You will only marry an Armenian Orthodox man. This is false. I do not have a type, nor am I racist with my choices. I just think that whoever adds value to my life and makes me happy, I will give them a chance. I don't look at race. You are unapologetically authentic to your true self, an admirable quality. Thank you so much. I try my best to be. You don't look like you did in high school. Does anyone look like what they used to look like in high school? But I'll actually put up a picture for you, babe. I used to be 90 pounds in high school because I was professionally dancing, not on a stripper pole, but you know, a dancer. So I had to be in a certain weight division. I was very thin. You will hook up with a girl without hesitation. I mean, I've never been attracted to a girl. I actually have not hooked up with a girl. I'm not against it, but if someone, you know, floats my boat, sure. Hasn't happened yet. I haven't been physically attracted to another female. I find them beautiful. You don't want kids. Not true. I do want children, but it just has to be with the right person. I've seen too many of my friends like suffer having kids with the wrong partner that it actually scares me. Like, I'm more likely to probably go to the sperm bank if I don't find somebody completely perfect or adopt a child versus have like a bum ass baby father that's just gonna give you problems over and over again. So no thank you. And I don't want crazy genes. I just think sometimes like personality is genetic, you know what I mean? And I don't want my child to have some of the traits that I see in a lot of men. That you don't want to date anymore for a long time. Yeah and no. I don't trust men easy anymore because of my last situation. As some of you guys know, I've had a very dramatic fiasco happen to me that's still ongoing. I just don't like dating. I think that I can tell if I'm gonna want to be with you or not. Like, I don't need you to take me on 10 dates and interview me about my favorite color, what I did, and like, it's just, I'm not gonna unload all my trauma on you and then do it all over again. I have a therapist for that. Your asshole is pink. Thanks, Nikita. Yes, it is. Moving on. You hate all Turks. This is so not true. Honestly, I understand Armenia and Turkey have a lot going on politically. You can't call the Turkish president a president if he's been in the presidential seat for 20 years. That's a dictator to me. Just because there's like bad politics. I do have a couple Turkish friends, and I disagree with anybody, no matter what race they are, if they're for genocide and if they think that's okay to just erase history. I don't agree with people that have been brainwashed. I would like them to educate themselves a little bit more. You're only friends with famous people to get more popular. Girl, bye. That is so not true. It's hard for you to date because you're used to and okay with being alone and independent. This is big facts. I'm so comfortable in my life and I'm so set in my ways where I don't need a man for support. It's actually very intimidating for a man with women like me because you have to offer so much. I'm not talking about like financial or anything like that. I'm happy. living my best life by myself. So if I'm allowing somebody to come into my life, they have to be so magnificent and amazing to even be welcomed into it, because I'm not doing the broken bird syndrome anymore. How are you doing mentally and physically? I know I put on like a happy face for you guys, and I have my good days and I have my bad days. I was being a little bit too open on social media for a while. I didn't like how it made me feel because there was a lot of like bad backlash, and I pulled back from it, and I had to take time off for myself just to mentally recover. It was too many things happening to me back to back to back, and I am a human being at the end of the day. I do consider myself an extremely strong person, but at the same time, I do have my good days and I have my bad days. People think you're high maintenance when in fact you're down to earth. I can be high maintenance, but at the same time, I'm very humble. I am exactly who I was years ago. You sleep on your back because you have no sleep wrinkles. Girl, if you only knew how I slept, you would die from laughter. I have a camera in my room, and sometimes I like to go and watch, like if my back hurts or my leg hurts, like, or I wake up sore, I'm like, what was I doing? I don't know what I'm doing in bed. I roll around left and right, and I always end up sleeping on my face. Shocking, right? You're a nice person, but don't, like a lot of people, picky about friends. I'm extremely nice and I'm kind to everyone around me, but at the same time, I am very open and honest. I like living openly and telling the truth, and some people don't like to hear the truth. So therefore, if you don't like your own reality and you don't want me to state it for you, you're probably not going to be my friend. You're very confident about your body size. It took me a long time to be confident about my body size, but I'm not going to lie, because of my autoimmune disease, I do have random flares of inflammation, just depending on if I was taking care of myself, if I wasn't feeling well, I calmed down, or I didn't, or I kept going hard. It really takes a toll on my body, and it does hurt from time to time when I still have to post for certain things and be present on social media, and I see nasty comments. Some people ask me if I'm pregnant every 5 seconds, or like, you're so fat, you need to lose weight. Bitch, I own a mirror. I understand I've gained weight. I have a scale and I have a mirror, and my old clothes don't fit me, so I'm well aware of it. But at the same time, I can't really do anything. It's not like I eat nasty and I don't exercise. I do all of that, and I'm here. So what can you do? What am I going to do? Go curl up in a ball? Wait. Go ball, whatever, you get the saying. What am I going to go cry about it day in and day out? You got to live your life. It's short, and everything in your path gets put in there for a reason. You got a nose job. Yes, I did get a nose job. I had a nose job when I was 26, I would say. No, I lied, 28. So this is what I think about plastic surgery if you're younger. Do not get it. Wait until you are older, until you're fully grown, to know and to really think through if you want to do these procedures. And with any plastic surgery procedure you do, I promise you, you're not going to be 100% happy with it. So really think about it and know what you're getting yourself into. You're not a morning person. Do you know me? Do we know each other? I am absolutely not a morning person. I am a night owl. In the mornings, I am groggy. My brain can't think or function. That's how I've always been, even though when I was younger and I danced, I had to wake up 5 in the morning or 4 in the morning every single day so I can go train for like 3-4 hours. And I was never a morning person. I was always miserable until like 1 p.m. That's when I'm like, you're indifferent about marriage, kids. You wouldn't need that to feel fulfilled in life. You are absolutely correct. I think life shouldn't be like band-aided up with certain things. The first thing you need to be is happy with yourself, because I feel like sometimes like people are unhappy, they get into relationships and they're just unhappy together versus being the best for each other. They're just scared of being alone. And one thing I can say from personal experience, it is the loneliest place to be when you feel so alone in a relationship you're stuck in. It is the loneliest and saddest place to be. So if any of you guys feel like that out there, get out of the situation. It's okay to be single and it's okay to be alone until you find the right person. There's no reason to hop from relationship to relationships that are just depleting you. Like, just live your best life. I succeed more when I'm single, I feel like. Kids, yes, I do want it. Again, I would adopt or go to a sperm bank if I didn't find the perfect partner. I'm not so hellsprung on like getting married if it's not the right person. You don't take your family for granted. No, I do not. I celebrate my family and friends every single day. You have one life to live. I've kissed death so many times, and that's one thing that it's taught me. Celebrate the people that you love most, because life is too short. You're a very private person. Yes, I am. I think that YouTube has forced me to be more public and open, but you guys, there's so much that goes on in my life that I do not talk about, that I don't put on my stories. There's like major events that I attend that I won't take a photo or post it. I don't know why I've always been like that. Sometimes I feel like doing it, sometimes I don't. I like attention, but I don't like to be the center of attention 24/7, and I don't like sharing everything. I used to think it was like lame and cheesy. I think I was putting the wrong words on it. I like a little mystery to me, you know? You have an alcohol problem. I mean, I wouldn't say I'm an alcoholic, but I have gone on leaps of time. Like, I remember for Lent, I gave up alcohol for a year. Recently, I didn't drink for 2 months. I only drank 2 days. I'm not going to lie. I was going to say 1, but 2 days. But I'm not an alcoholic. I don't drink every single day. I know every time I'm lit, I'm showing it. Maybe that's why you guys have that impression, but maybe I'll drink once every 2 weeks or once every 3 weeks. But no, I'm not an alcoholic. But thank you for your concern. You're the nicest person till someone messes with your family or your friends. Let a bitch try me. Hammer time. You'd rather marry an Armenian man, but since you're old now, it doesn't matter anymore. What does age have anything to do with that? Whoever this is has to be Armenian. In my culture, you're like spoiled if you have not been married at the age of 18 or by 21. I have a whole ass career and a life on my own and my own backbone. Sure, there's a line of Armenian guys trying to get with me. I think you're probably too forgiving. I think you're probably right. Sometimes I am too forgiving. And then I've learned my lesson that you can't let a snake back into your life. You just need to forgive for your own sanity. But if you let somebody back into your life that has fucked you over in the past, guess what? They're gonna fuck you over 10 times harder because they learned like how to maneuver through you and screw your ass over. So forgive for yourself, forgive for your mental health, because just holding grudges is not, it's actually hurting you more than anybody else. Don't let them back in your life. Fuck that. You need reading glasses. How did you know? I actually do wear glasses. It's my left eye that I have a problem with. You were the quiet kid in school. I was to a certain age until I started wilding out in my culture. I feel like I was just so scared to speak because, again, it's very sexist in the area that I was raised and the crowd I had around me. Like, a girl shouldn't do this, a girl shouldn't do that, a girl shouldn't wear this, and she shouldn't be seen here and doing that. So like, I think I was like fright and flight mode of like, I'm just gonna shut the fuck up and sit down and not say anything, because already with the way I look, people have a lot to say and I don't want to give them another reason to talk. I'm definitely out of that mentality now. I can give 2 fucks less what anybody has to say. Keep talking, darling, and make me famous. That you actually dislike certain aspects of LA. LA is not where my heart is at. It's where I live, but it's not my vibe. Like, I can't explain it. When I go other places, I'm so much happier. I have to come back to LA to work and get my shit together. But at the same time, I'm not really an LA girl, to be honest. You hate men after your last experience. There was a time period, if any guy came up to me and hit on me, Lord Jesus, the way I would lash out on them was crazy. Like, I looked like a woman scorned type deal. Like, if someone came and sat next to me, I'm like, get up! Why are you sitting next to me? Don't touch me! But like, obviously considering what happened to me, I wouldn't let anyone touch me. Like, even if a man shook my hand, it would give me PTSD. Like, if a guy touched my shoulder, if someone turned me around, like, I would freak out. I didn't want anyone touching me, and I'm kind of still like that. I'm still very protective with my body of anyone touching me. At the same time, you can't let one experience define the rest of your life, because that means like somebody else got what they wanted. They wanted to break you down, and ain't nobody powerful than Almighty God, and with His grace, I will get through any single situation. You smell like heaven. Drop more of your favorite perfumes, girl. Thank you so much, but have you actually smelled me in person? Or is it like that you're watching the YouTube videos? I'd like to know. You don't always feel as confident as you come across. Yeah, of course. I think anyone, if you were in my position going through the shit that I'm going through, I would probably be the most confident human being if I didn't exist on social media because I'm so unbothered by things. But I think it's like social that sometimes I just don't want to share that much of my life. I don't feel comfortable putting my vulnerabilities out there that much because when I do get people saying nasty stuff, I just don't want to hear it because I'm going through it. I don't mind if like it's a year or 2 years later when I'm over the situation and I'm healed and I'm fine mentally to talk about it, then people could say whatever they want. But it's like a hard place to be, to listen to people saying crazy shit about your life, untrue things, and thinking that you're lying or exaggerating about certain things. It's fucked up. And I don't like it. Maybe my just silence comes off as I'm not confident, but I am confident to the best of my abilities, but we all have days. You are very comfortable being alone. 100% I am. Your kitty tastes like pineapple. Have you tasted it? What's the most expensive thing you own? I have a lot of jewelry, obviously, but the thing that I'm proudest of that is very expensive in my homes that I own are my crystals. Because whoever sees them when they walk in, they're like, oh my God. And just like the vibe, it just like changes the whole energy in my house. I remember when I first put them in and I was like, oh my God, like mesmerized by them. They're huge. I have one that's 1 ton and then another one I think that's like 1 point something ton. My dining room table is actually an amethyst, like it's a full amethyst, and I have this other one that's like a mixed rock. I just sit there and I'm mesmerized by them. So I would say they're my most expensive but most valuable purchases. You've had your lips done. Yes. I've talked about this many times. I did my lips a lot years ago. I stopped injecting my lips not a couple years ago, but like a while ago. I feel like when you inject your lips, and especially when you overfill your lips, just like how I did when I first started injecting my lips, they stretch out. So when people are like, my lips didn't last, like I look at them like, your lips did not look like that before you did them. They're like, no, it went away, my metabolism is fast. No, it did not. It's still there. Your lips did not look like that, just like how my lips didn't look like this prior to fillers. The fillers stretched it out. Now I've actually had them like dissolved with the dissolvent. My lips are very soft. If you touch them, they don't feel like fillers. They might look like it because I like overdraw them and I do the whole contour thing. That you have so many men flocking to you. Yeah, but like quality over quantity. I low-key get like offended sometimes when men try it with me because it's like I know why they're trying to talk to me. And if you think I'm the person you should be approaching that way, you're not going to get the kindest reaction out of me. You know what I'm saying? You speak Russian. Love you very much. Я говорю на русском. I assume that you're a sensitive gangsta. Love you. You make me happy. Thank you. I am. I always like call myself a spiritual gangster. I'm really zen. I'm very forgiving. I'm very much all that some of you guys think that I am. But at the same time, know your place and know your limits, and I have boundaries. You get annoyed easily. Not true, but true. I get irritated when I'm in my creative mode and people aren't keeping up with me. I get very irritated because I lose my train of thought of what was coming to me. But in life, it actually takes a lot to annoy me. But if you do, goodbye. You spend a lot of money. Yes, I do. But I work really hard. I've actually tried to be smarter with my money and make investments instead of spending them, but I love to shop. You don't take bullshit from anyone, even if that they are your client. No, I do not take bullshit from anyone, and if I don't like somebody's vibe, there's no way I'm working with. That applies to everything, like from my team to a client to anybody, to my friends. If I feel like it's a toxic environment for me, I will eject myself from the situation. You're not actually as rich as your lifestyle makes you out. You don't get paid that much. Okay. whatever you say. Next, you're an empath. You can read and feel people's energy almost immediately. Yes, very sensitive to energy, and sometimes it is a struggle for me because before I used to be okay with going into large rooms with people, and now if I feel like too much energy in a room, like where people are just confused, hectic, on drugs, or just too drunk, I start getting anxiety and I don't want to be in the room anymore. Or if there's somebody in the room that I feel like has ill intent towards me, I can pick it up like this and I just do not want to be in the room. That you are staying away from dating for now after what happened to you. Happy birthday. I don't know. Private. You don't drink anything but tequila. Facts, my friend. I'm waiting for the day 1942 makes me their mascot. You haven't had many boyfriends. True. I've been in very long-term relationships my entire life. I haven't had like long spans of being single. I have always been in relationships with alpha men and have had my life controlled to a certain extent, and I think I'm living my best life this way though. You were popular in high school. I was on the dance team and I was like a soloist. I had a lot of friends in high school, like from every single group. So if that's popular, then sure. You got a boob job and a lift. I did have a breast augmentation. I had a breast lift. I do not have implants, but if I could take it back and not do that surgery, I would. That's the surgery that caused me to go into septic shock and have sepsis, and then I was diagnosed with autoimmune disease immediately after. You are a bossy boss mom to everyone. You put everyone in line. Very true. But I have to care about you to check you. If I don't care for you, I'm not going to waste my energy on that. If like I see something in you, if I like you, if you're my friend, if I'm being protective over you, like I'm not gonna have that bossy energy. I'll just like stare at you and in my head give a commentary, but I won't say it out loud. You have been dating. Maybe your last bad relationship health scare has made you stronger and more confident. I definitely will agree with you, but then there's also downfalls. So like what that did to me was made me analyze my life, who I wanted in it, who no longer served a purpose in my life, and where I was inserting my energy. I think when you go through something like that, when you're bedridden, I was bedridden for like a very long time, you're angry, you can't really do anything, you're messed up in the head because you're like emotionally going through it, you can't physically move your body, and it happened so close together that I was like literally almost in bed for a year. Like, that is crazy for you not to be mobile. I couldn't like lift up a purse. I had ribs and my sternum broken. So like I couldn't lift things, like a water bottle would hurt. So every time I would like carry something, it would just make me angry all over again. But I think God puts you in situations that he knows that you can handle. And I wouldn't be put in that path if there was some purpose I needed to serve with that happening. Like maybe I was the only person that could have taken all of that. Like maybe there was nobody else that can take it. And I just had to be the martyr for women, or I don't know what it is in my head that I keep telling myself, but it did make me stronger, and it made me just like pick out the people in my life. Like, you don't need to be here, you should be here. I got closer with some people, I've gotten distant with some people, and it just made me like realize like who checks up on me, who really cared, who was really there for me, and who was there for a good time. You sometimes put on a face of happiness and conceal your sadness and inner emotions. Of course. I am that type of person that has to be strong for everyone because I'm the one that carries a lot of weight on my shoulders. And for a very long time, I was pretending to a lot of people that I was happy, including on camera. And I think you guys noticed it to a certain extent. Am I 100% there? Of course not. And I think nobody is 100% happy. Like, one thing you guys need to understand, social media, YouTube, any social media, lives are portrayed in a certain way on camera. Obviously, no one's going to put their sadness. It's just, it looks like a pity party when you do that, in my personal opinion. Like, I hate crying on camera. So like, for example, I cried a couple times on camera when I was watching it and I was like, why did I do that? But then at the same time, I couldn't explain to you guys why I didn't want to film for a time being because of what I was going through. But now, again, like how I said earlier, good days, bad days. I'm not so much sad, I'm just waiting for this all to close up so I can just move the fuck on. Lastly, I think you're a happy, independent woman that doesn't give two fucks. Yes. You know my heart and soul. I don't give two fucks because it is my life that I'm living. If you don't like it, don't watch it. Don't follow me. Live your best life. Sometimes when people like care too much about what others say, I've bared my soul as much as I can mentally on camera, and there's like no secrets about me or shit that's ever going to shock anyone. So it's a very calming state of mind knowing that you're authentically yourself on camera and off camera. Like, because I do know there are certain people that are one way, one or the other. To me, that's a little bit draining. And with that said, I just want to say thank you guys so much for actually liking my real personality, and that I don't have to put on like this act. And no offense to anybody, but I'm not the person like, hi guys, you know, that's like not me. And for the longest time, I think that's what kept me away from YouTube, because I just saw that like that's a popular thing. But thank you guys for genuinely liking who I am and my vibe. I can't thank you enough for liking and subscribing on this video. And with that said, let's finish off with my quote of the video. Don't let your food get cold worrying about what's on someone else's plate. If you guys channeled, I'm not talking to you directly, like sometimes I feel like you guys think that I'm dissing like people that are watching. Take it as relevance in your life. Like if you feel like somebody is just counting your money, counting your blessings, like that's just like weird for me, for somebody else to be like that. Don't let your food get cold worrying about what's on somebody else's plate. To me, what that means is, like if you were in a race and you were running straight to win the race, you're not going to get there if you're like losing focus. Don't lose focus. Be happy with what you have and just focus your energy on you. Like whether you dislike someone or like someone, clap for everyone, because at that moment it's their time, and at the right moment it'll be your time. With that said, love you guys so much. Thank you for watching.